Alright, it's time to look at patch notes. I would have covered this earlier, but one, I don't know when the patch notes released because 4 o'clock my time, the notes still weren't released, and so I took a nap and I woke up at 6. So let's look. And this is my first time looking at it. I have not looked at it at all. New feature Expedition Drone. Get ready for a whole new DNA experience with Expedition Drone. And the best part, it all happens passively, so you can enjoy other parts of Jurassic World Alive. As of level 4, players can access the Expedition Drone feature as a new tab in the Creature Tracker menu. Available for dinosaurs that you already own, select the map-based dinosaur you're looking for, load up your drone with up to 20 darts, and set it off to hunt for the creature's DNA. Your Expedition Drone is guaranteed to return with DNA of this creature within an amount of time determined by the creature's rarity and the amount of darts you have selected. At launch, players will be able to drone all map-based common, rare, epic, and omega dinosaurs, excluding short-range creatures. Really? Bro, that's I don't like that. Oh, and okay, so it costs money. Okay. Or like coin in game. DNA return per dart can range based on the success of the individual expedition within or with the maximum possible DNA reward shown on the expedition screen. Collect your DNA by returning to the expedition drone menu when your expedition drone has returned, or use a speed up. Expedition drone flights do not impact regular drone gameplay. One drone slot will be available to all players at launch, while season pass holders will get a second slot, allowing for players to launch two different dinosaur expeditions at once. Players will not be able to send two drones for the same creature simultaneously. For an extra bonus, VIP subscribers will benefit from a 20% bonus on DNA collected per dart sent. That's good. Okay, I know. What the heck? That looks terrible. It's like a fat, reskinned Albertosaurus with cancer. That looks terrible. Scorpiovenator. Cunning Fierce. Abilities as Disperse Cunning Strike, Sundering Distracting Impact, which is new, Cunning Rampage, and On Escape Group Strike, which is new. Protoceratops. Okay, so. Okay, I don't know how I like it. Epic, it is Fierce Resilient, Blessed Shield Strike, Brace, Fierce Rampage, and Decelerating Counter. Okay. What? Oh, bro. Oh my. Jam City really put no effort into Scorpiovenator or Scorpiodactylus. Okay. Legendary Wildcard. Hybrid ingredients are Scorpiovenator and Dimodactylus. As Dispersed Gunning Strike, Brief Shielded Distracting Strike, Cleansing Wound Impact, Disarming Impact and Run, Swap and Armored Wound, Disarming Counter Strike. Protonodon. I don't like that. It looks like it's going to be the Protoceratops rig. That looks... These look terrible! Except Protoceratops. Protoceratops looks okay, I think. Protonodon. It is unique, fierce, resilient hybrid ingredients of Protoceratops and Bahatonodon. Abilities: Blessed Shield Strike, Instant Fierce Rampage, Blessed Shield Strike, Alert Group Defense, Decelerating Counter, and Impact on Escape. So it's getting... Oh, okay, so it gets... Okay, so it's what? Tarbonathus and Compsoraptor have. Revamped battle menu. The last few years have seen a number of new battle modes added into the battle menu with the positive reactions we received to Alliance menu overhaul in hand. We've revamped the battle menu to ensure visibility to each mode, feature, and reward. Overall, we are focusing on ensuring campaign and Isla events are more visible and ensuring we have lots of space for incoming features. Enjoy this extreme makeover battle menu edition. Okay. Give me one moment. Sorry, I was putting in stuff for my water. I mean, that looks the same. That looks the exact same. I don't know what's different. It looks the exact same. Yeah, that looks the same. I don't know. Oh, that's old. This is new. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I like that, kind of. Brawl update. Okay. Thank you again for all your feedback during our inaugural Brawl season. Thanks to comments shared on social, Discord to support, and through our Brawl survey, we are working on improvements to your future Brawl experience. Sorry, I was thirsty. As we fine-tune this next season, please note that we will be temporarily deactivating the Brawl Shop with the release of 3.8 ahead of the next season rewards, so don't forget to spend those Brawl Crests before then. While the shop is deactivated, players will not be able to spend crest balances, but crests will remain in your inventory. Dinosaur updates, and there's 17 of these. 17 updates, all buffs. Forest Racos. Small changes here, but one that should have a fairly big impact for early game players that add this bird that adds this bird to their collections. The former Raking Claws upgrades to an impact move, and it now has a counter to make predators think twice about feasting on them. With an added speed reduction immunity, it will be easier for the Forest Racos to strike first and escape situations where striking first means striking last because the other creature is knocked out. I don't like this. Raking Claws becomes Raking Impact, so it's what Tyranikhiri has. Target most positive effects: remove cloak, remove dodge, attack. Oh, so they changed it. Okay. Oh, that's disperse Raking Impact. Never mind, my bad. Okay, attack 1.5 times, cooldown of 1. Medium darting counter added. Okay. Health 3,000 to 3,250. Speed decrease 0 to 100. Bahatosaurus, part of our ongoing work with what we had flagged as raid healers earlier in the game's lifespan to bring them more in line with the current expectations of a creature in Jurassic World Alive. Dig-In allows it to gain life back when on the field rather than on a swap-in, and instead the swap-in becomes a healing increase. A counter that debuffs speed allows it to start acting first in situations where it would be beneficial to do so. Finally, it crosses the 1,000 attack threshold, landing it at a clean 1100, which should allow it to dispatch opponents faster. Taunting Bellow becomes Dig-In. Devastation becomes Group Resilient Impact. Swap and Heal becomes Swap and Blessing. New Encumbering Counter added. We don't know what that is and probably won't know because Jam City does not like to show new moves and what the new moves do on patch notes anymore. You have to wait till update day, which is Tuesday of next week. Dinotherium. The Dinotherium is letting its voice be heard, but only if you smack it around a bit. That, however, is a minor change compared to the amount of increases to stats. It crosses the 4,000 health threshold, gets 200 additional attack as a base, and doubles its chance to land a critical hit with any of its attacks. It should be a lot more dangerous to take hits from this creature in the arena. Counter Bellow added. Okay. Please tell me they buff Mammalania. Health becomes 4,000 from 3,900. Attack becomes 1,250 from 1,050. Armor 5 to 10. Critical chance from 10 to 20. Speed decrease immunity from 0 to 100. So that's immunity. Yeah. Inostherium. Fury. No. Bloodthirst is the name of the game here, as well as we change Mutual Fury into Mutual Bloodthirst, doubling everyone's attack on the field, but also giving such a powerful bonus to your own that it offsets the potential to get swept. So as long as you survive, your attacks will be hitting with a baseline of 225%, assuming you land a critical hit, and that 50% bonus to critical hits allows us to expect these critical hits to occur more often. Wow. Instant Strike becomes Instant Distracting Strike. Okay, that's terrible. Instant Distracting Strike is such a bad move. I'm not going to lie, it's terrible. That was a nerf. I would have given it Instant Cunning Strike or Dispersed Cunning Strike. That feels like a nerf, to be honest. Mutual Fury becomes Mutual Bloodthirst, and its target team cleanse all negative effects, increase damage by 100% for 1 turn 2 attacks, increase crit chance by 50% for 2 turns. Target all opponents, increase damage by 100% for 1 turn 1 attack with a cooldown of 1. Group Distraction becomes Instant Distraction. Revenge Impact becomes Distracting Revenge Blow. Okay, so that's the one that that's the impact that Alberta Sevilla has. Okay. Scapagnathus. Vanilla Strike. In this economy, that simply won't do. As an aerial dinosaur, we wanted to make sure Scapagnathus had the improvements we've made to the other flyers. Strike is updated to Minor Wounding Strike. Minor Swoop instead becomes Cleansing Swoop, giving it a powerful way to apply both additional damage over time and cleanse everything else. Its heal is greater and usable in emergencies, allowing it to outlast opponents who would otherwise beat it before being bled out. We heard someone say more DOTs, and the Scapagnathus' counter has certainly answered the call with a small damage over time. Damage over time every time it is directly attacked. Okay. Rounding this up, our health and attack increases as well as swap prevention immunity. Okay. Strike becomes Minor Wounding Strike. Minor Swoop becomes Cleansing Swoop. Heal becomes greater emergency heal. Minor wounding counter added, and it is attack. Targets the attacker, damage 10% over time for 2 turns. So it's in total, it's 20% without any reductions. Health from 2,700 to 3,000, attack 1,000 to 1,100, and immune to swap prevention. Argentinosaurus simply was not functioning properly. We gave it a full makeover, turning it from a Malictos tank into a danger to everyone in range of its massive stomps. Thanks to the reduction on cooldown for extended critical strike, the Argentinosaurus can now keep this ability refreshed so as long as it remains on the field, and those critical strikes will deal 150% damage. To round this all out, we gave it a helping hand in the resistances department. If you have any property near an Argentinosaurus, I would start thinking about getting insurance against acts of dinosaur. Resilient Strike becomes Shielded Heavy Strike. Okay, so it's now Fierce Resilient. Group Decelerating Strike becomes Group Decelerating Impact. Wow, that's a big upgrade. Wow. Extended Critical Strike is now a cooldown of 2, changed from 3. New Minor Brace on Escape. Okay, you don't say what that does though, okay. Increase attack by 50. Give it 5% armor. Critical chance was up by 20%, and critical damage was up by 25% for a total of 150% damage. So now if it gets a strike on an impact, or strike, it becomes an impact. Speed decreasing immunity, 50% resistant to stun, and 50% resistant to vulnerability. Charlie, I think the Raptor Pack are all getting new pounce abilities specifically for those. Sorry again, I was thirsty. Charlie, this update is part of an ongoing effort to make Blue's pack more interesting to use. As such, it gets a pounce named after it and a few updates on the stats front. We'll be monitoring this pack further in the coming updates and see if they eventually get more tricks up their, non-existent sleeves. Abilities. Strike becomes Group Distracting Strike. Okay, so that's good, I think. Pounce becomes Charlie's Pounce. Attributes health is increased by 200 and speed by 1. Speed decrease immunity to 100%, speed decrease immunity and 50% resistant to distraction or reduced damage, whatever you want to call it. They're the same thing. Delta. To make Delta more interesting, she now pounces and runs away. To counteract this change in her pounce, we've elected to give her the ability to control the opponent's buffs with nullifying impact. Following this, she gets a bit of a nerf in the speed area. We still want Charlie to be slightly faster than her. Oh, okay, I get it. To gain overall buffs in health and attack. As the swap specialist of her pack, she also gets a swap prevention resistance as the cherry on top. Strike becomes Cunning Strike, High Pounce becomes Delta's Pounce, Impact and Run becomes Nullifying Impact. Okay, these are good changes. I like these. Health increased by 100, attack by 150, and speed decreased by 1, immune to swap prevention, and 50% resistant to distraction. I don't know why I had a stroke. Echo's jaw has finally recovered, and Blue's former challenger now integrates a bite following its pounce. Those who remember the Fukui Raptors pounce and bite now have to face a much more ruthless version, as it will completely ignore dodge, so it's precise. Just say it's precise, okay? Cleansing Impact gains a guaranteed critical, and Echo's role as the aggressive one is enhanced with a boost to critical chance and critical damage. This is the one Raptor you do not want to mess around with anymore, so this is the one that's, quote, buffed the most. Precise Pounce becomes Precise Pounce Bite. So, Echo gets a turn 1 precise distracting devastation, like, oh my, that's broken. Critical Impact becomes Cleansing Critical Impact. Critical chance increased by 15%. Critical damage goes from 125% to 150%. Immune to critical chance reduction and 50% resistant to distraction. Blue. She's the leader of the bunch. You know her well. She's finally back to bite some tails. Pack Backed Pounce is a finishing move that rounds out her moveset and gives her a unique position. A non-hybrid epic with 4 moves rather than 3. Wow, okay, that's big. She may not be the clever girl, but she is a clever mom in her own right. Rounding this up is a set of health and attack buffs, as well as a speed decrease resistance be given to all of Owen's flock. Just say Raptor Pack, bro, honestly. Abilities. New. Pack-backed Pounce added. Attributes, a health increased by 300. Wow, she had such low health. Attack increased by 150 and speed and is resistant to deceleration by 50%. Pteranodon. The iconic Pteranodon has been ignored for quite some time. After perching atop the mountains far away from the arena, the following changes should bring it back home. On the ability side, it gains a double strike with Fierce Double Strike, replacing the outdated Defense Shattering Strike, and an automatic critical with Fierce Critical Impact. To round this all out, Pteranodon's impact and run now becomes instant. The Pteranodon will now cross the 1,000 attack threshold and gain 450 more health to help keep it alive enough to flee. We've also given it resistances, as well as it was one of those creatures that were released before resistances and was never revisited. And in all, your Pteranodon will be a lot fiercer in combat. Defense Shattering Strike becomes Fierce Double Strike, so it's the move that Doe has. Fierce Impact becomes Fierce Critical Impact. Impact and Run becomes Instant Impact and Run. Health increased by 450. Attack increased by 250. Crit chance increased by 5%. Immune to swap prevention, 50% resistant to DOT, and 50% resistant to rend. Why did it need the rend resistance? Okay. Scapitator. The Scapitator, as a hybrid of the Diplitator and Scapognathus, needed additional help to truly represent what a mixture of those two creatures would yield. To combat Phlox, its Fierce Strike will hit all opponents. Distressing Impact is more accurate to the crested horns adorning its head. To keep its distracting niche, that should be capitalized, distracted, the D in distracting. The distraction has been moved to the counter side of things. Stat-wise, a standard health and attack buff to catch up to the current power levels and several resistances added, including a full immunity to DOT. Fierce Strike becomes Group Fierce Strike. Distracting Impact becomes Distressing Impact and gains Distracting Counter. Health increased by 300, attack by 200, immune to DOT, 50% resistant to stun, swap, and distraction. Indominus Rex, thank God it got a buff and needed one forever. It sucks. It's not the first time we've needed to retouch the Indominus Rex, but this time it's only minor changes. Instead of more teeth, we went with faster teeth this time around, whatever that means. We also changed both armor-piercing moves to give them a unique identity. Disperse Fierce Impact allows it to bite everyone, and Instant Armor-Piercing Rampage gives it an instant move it's sorely needed. We've also given Indominus Rex a speed increase, so it should now act first in a bit more situations, especially against slower, resilient creatures. Armor-Piercing Impact becomes Disperse Fierce Impact, so it's like T-Rex, the epic, and then Armor-Piercing Rampage is now instant, and then speed increased by 4. Smilocephalosaurus, the parent of what the community has nicknamed the Rat, has always escaped notice, as toning down and tuning up the Smilonemes always took priority. It's Smilocephalosaurus' time to shine, and this comes with a full retool of its moveset. Speed decrease on its evasive strike, check. Moving Prowl to a counter while... Prowl is now a counter? Moving Prowl to a counter while giving it an instant move that dodges and puts a damage decrease on the opponent, check. A potential swap on stun in, check. With these changes, it should also... It should already be stronger overall, but it also needed a bit more resistances. Due to the addition of a swap in, we figured it needed a chance to stop swap prevention, and we gave it a critical chance decrease resistance to round it all out. Beware the Sabertooth, it could easily devour you. It has a Devour now. Evasive Strike becomes Evasive Decelerating Strike. Deliberate Prowl becomes Instant Evasive Distracting Impact. So it's kind of like Instant Dodge Impact. Okay? But I'm going to guess it's just distraction and not cunning. New Counter Prowl out. We don't know what the heck that does because Gem City doesn't like showing us that. New Alert, Swap, and Stun. So it has the one that Megalatops has. Critical chance decrease resistance from 0 to 75%. Swap prevention from 0 to 50. Allosaurus, thank you. I wanted a buff for this forever. I'm just going to move to the abilities. I'm tired of reading these descriptions, to be honest. Armor-Piercing Impact becomes Disperse Fierce Impact. Thank you. Fierce Impact becomes Group Vitalize. Wow, it's a healer now? Wow. Crit chance from 20 to 25%. 50% resistant to deceleration and vulnerability, and 25% resistant to stun. Really? Only 20? Okay. Paramolic. So Group Cleansing Strike becomes Shielded Heavy Strike. Lesser Group Heal becomes Mend and Run. Instant Charge becomes Group Instant Charge. Group Shield becomes Taunting Resilient Impact or Taunting Resilient Group Impact. New Alert Swap and Bracing Stun. It gains 10% armor, 75% swap prevention resistance, and I can see at the bottom Tyrannolophosaurus is finally getting buffed. Thank God. I'm going to read this one. Part of the creature updates are to give them new effects that have been introduced to the game since their inception, especially when their parents have them. Tyrannolophosaur loses Fierce Impact to gain Afflicting Impact instead, and much like other creatures this update, it gains a Group Impact with Group Distracting Impact. Small increases to health and attack help a bit, but aren't the major addition. We've seen fit to give it small resistances to wound, distraction, and stun. But the real change will be that afflicting impact we've mentioned before. Give it a whirl in battle. Distracting impact becomes sustained group distracting impact. Fierce impact becomes afflicting impact. Attack increased by 50 and speed increased by 2%. 33% resistant to DOT, 25% resistant to distraction, and 67% resistant being stunned. That's 17. That was 17 creatures. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, wow. I was not expecting that, to be honest. Okay, now move changes, right? Ability updates. That's it, bro. Extended Critical Strike is now has a cooldown of 2 instead of 3. Bug fixes. Okay, let's see. Wow, that's okay. I'm not kidding. That's a big one. Okay, some pesky bugs have been squashed for 3.8. Here are a few of the most notable fixes that you are likely to enjoy. Affliction now properly affects rend resistance. Thank you. Dinosaurs will not turn invisible in Brawl 4v4 matches. Thank you, because I was getting that all the time. Shield now works as intended in Brawl matches. Omega Dinos now show the correct newly assigned stats. What do you mean, correct newly assigned stats? Okay. On iOS, the market should no longer miss loading any items after launching the game. We're currently working on solutions for the following issues. Battle Pass notifications sometimes continue to show items after collection. Friends list appears blank for some players. Friendly battles do not start. Video ads sometimes can't be played for free daily battle incubators. And this is saying, thank you for being, like, if you're a data collector and all that stuff. So, overall, I mean, new creatures, I don't like them. No. Protonodon kind of looks stupid. Scorpiodactyl looks like it kind of looks like a weird Rajasaurus with Majungasaurus with a crest. It looks stupid. Protoceratops looks okay. Scorpiovenator just looks like a reskinned fat Albertosaurus with cancer. Almost like Albertosaurus' skin. I honestly think these are terrible. They look bad. And the dinosaur updates, they're okay. I feel like some more could have been updated, to be honest. Like, got things like Kalenkin could maybe got improved. Velociraptor. I don't know why I say that with an accent. Velociraptor. I'm trying to think of what else. Phorosaura. And a bunch of other things. Oh, like the deer, so Megalagaia, Megaloceros, Euclidosaurus, Megalagaia. I think I said that. Megaloceros, Miragaia, Stegosaurus, like, just a bunch of things in the game need improving, honestly. But that's going to have to wrap it up for the 3.8 release notes. If you enjoyed, please like, share, or not share. I don't know why I said share. I never say share. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel out tremendously. Last I looked, I am only 99 or 98 subscribers away from 1,000. And once I reach that milestone, that'll be big. And it'll make y'all even more awesome than you already are. So until the next video, stay safe, stay positive, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.